Coming up, I'm going to be showing you how we can increase our overall correct score trading profits without taking any further risk in the market. And to make this video even better for you, I'm going to dive right into the real life examples, and you're going to see how we traded the whole football match and made a significant profit on a cold and wet Friday night in the Dutch League. Go grab a nice cold beer and let's get into it. So got a match from the Dutch League here. Go Ahead Eagles against Alkmaar. Alkmaar, the away team, and odds on favourite here, as we can see, 1.88. And let's have a look at the over 2.5 goals. Expecting goals in this one, 1.8, as you would expect in the Dutch League. And so let's look at what we've done in the correct score market, covering score lines in favour of Alkmaar, favouring goals, and a little bit of a plan B with the 2-2. 1-2 and 1-3. So anyway, yeah, it's just about to kick off, as you can see. Let's see what happens in play. We just reached half time in this one, and this one is going to plan so far. Alkmaar have taken the lead. They took the lead around the 38th minute, so they're leading 1-0. That keeps all our target score lines alive as it stands. And so not much else to do just yet. Let's see how the second half develops. 59 minutes on the clock, just landing on that target scoreline. It's just on 2-0 to Alkmaar, and we could lock in pretty decent profit there. £107, that's 107% return on our stake. Of course, what we're going to try and do though, we're going to try and see if we can get more out of this, okay? And by doing that, we've got to risk at least maybe breaking even on this. So let me just show you what we're going to do. Is we're going to lay off all the green that is on this 0-2 scoreline, lay it off at odds of 3, and so that should get taken in just a moment, and then you'll see that that will bump up the profit on the next possible scoreline, the 0-3 and also the 1-2, also the 1-3 as well, still in play at the same time. So look, obviously, and to be honest, this is pretty decent profit. More than 100% return on your stake is always good when trading correct score market, so you might just want to take this at this particular point, but of course we might be able to get more. We might be able to race this and get a bigger profit out of it. So let's see what happens. You can see the bet is slowly being taken. I'm sure it will be taken in just a moment, as you can see. And so okay, let's see what this has done. Is that going to be a red card? Are they looking at a red card there? No, I don't think it's going to give a red card. But anyway, that bet is there. It should get taken in just a moment, and it's pretty much taken now. Also lowers our risk on this down to just £40. Okay, finally you can see it. Okay, so let's see what happens. It's still around half an hour left in this one. 2-0 to Alkmaar. So it's only 2-0. There's still half an hour to go, and really anything could happen. It is a football match. They can be very unpredictable. But what you can see that we're doing is we are sticking to that old trading adage of racing profits and cutting losers short. As you've seen, we've maximized the profits as much as we can possibly do at the moment on the target score lines. But the non-target score lines, we've got our loss down to around £40. So if something crazy happens in the next 10 minutes and suddenly, I don't know, the losing team scores 3 goals or something like that, turns out around 3-2, then at least we've cut this losing trade short. And that's always something to keep in mind. Always be prepared for the worst case scenario. And so if that worst case scenario does develop, the loss you take is actually a smaller one. But anyway, we're going to dive back into it and see how this trade develops. But before we do, I would really love it if you could click the like button to support the channel. If you like what you're seeing in this video so far, then, well, it's going to get even better than this. So click the like button and help support the channel. While you're there, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you like this type of video and this type of content and you want to see more of it, then hitting the subscribe button and that notification bell is absolutely crucial for you, and then you'll get all our future videos as soon as they're released. Okay, let's dive back into it. "87 minutes on the clock, and very nice goal has just made it Alkmaar 3, Go Ahead Eagles 0, or 0-3 in this case. So let's just lock it in. Tiny VAR check. I mean, it was like a 25-yard strike, but sometimes VAR can always find things that we haven't seen. But anyway, yeah, goal definitely stands. And so remember, we were looking at £100 to lock in earlier on after the 2-0, but we took a bit of a risk. I say a bit of a risk. I mean, we put the 2-0 down to 0 to break even if there were no further goals to try and chase a bigger profit. This time we've succeeded. We've hit the 3-0 target score and we've hit a level up of the profits. Okay, let me just show you another thing to do, and we're going to do it right here. Just in case there is another goal, let's try and give ourselves an even bigger profit. Okay, it's injury time, and so let's just lay off some of the 0-3 at 1.22, and then that will put an extra 100 on the next possible score lines, as you can see. So if Alkmaar were to make it 4, any other away win or a goal pulled back, we could increase the profits. Okay, and increase them very nicely actually on the 1-3. So always worth doing late on. Don't just walk away from it. Always try and leverage up your green. But that's pretty much it. As you can see here, the trade worked out very, very nicely for us. And you saw what we did on the 2-0 scoreline to try and increase those profits for no real added risk. So just keep that in mind. Looks like probably the final score in this one. Go Ahead Eagles 0, Alkmaar 3. 92 minutes on the clock. Penalty just converted by the Go Ahead Eagles. So that puts us on that 1-3 scoreline. So yeah, I'm going to try and see, because there could still be another goal in this, of course. But anyway, as you know, that we had a nice bit of money sitting on that one, 682 profit. We're going to lay some of that off just to make sure we've got that pretty much greened up. As you can see, the cash out's there at 654, and so let's just put it in again. You never know, could be another goal. This is the Dutch league; it's full of goals, as we know, right? So let's do that, and then that could level us up again if there is another late goal. But probably that is it now, because there's about 20 seconds left. But yeah, so some good examples here of obviously what you saw what we did. We were looking at a 100 cash out if we just exited early at the 2-0, but we leveraged it up. We got onto the 3-0. That gave us around 250 of profit, left a nice bit of green on that 1-3 scoreline, and now we've hit it. So looks like we're probably then going to exit out of this one with a 650 profit this time. I think this one is the final score this time. Go Ahead Eagles 1, Alkmaar 3. Okay, I'm back again. Looks like we could have another goal here. Not sure if you're allowed to see the footage, but looks like we could have another goal to Alkmaar. Let's see what happens. If you can see the footage, then that would be great. Possibly an offside. They're doing a VAR check on this one, but it looks like there's another goal. So it will just show you that I was exactly right in doing exactly what I did with regards to laying it off again. I know some people would be like, well, what's the point? The match is almost over. Nope, always look out for more goals. And so if this goal stands, we've gone on to the VAR, and that will bump up our profit on up to 753. And let's see what's going on. It didn't look offside, but anyway, let's have a closer look. And are they going to chalk it off? And then we're back to the previous profit. No, he's given the goal. He's given the goal, hasn't he? So, yep, there you go. And that should be the end of the match. So, yes, very, very nicely done. As you can see there, a flourish, late flourish of 3 goals very late on. And you saw how we leveraged up the green. We leveraged up that green very nicely, landed on the 753 profit, as you can see there. Okay, we'll just bring it into focus. So, now is the final score. Now I'm sure it's the final score. Go Ahead Eagles 1, Alkmaar 4. So pretty crazy trade, as you can see there, and you'll be surprised at how often scenarios like that do develop. You just want to be in the position to take advantage of them when they do. But anyway, if you are interested in learning more about how to trade the correct score market and fully master the correct score market, then click the link in the description and download this free course prospectus for correct score mastery. This will explain how you can level up your correct score trading by following the program, and the ebook will have all the details about everything that is included in the program, because there is a lot to take in, and it would probably be an hour-long video if we wanted to explain all the details of it. But as I said, click below, you get the course prospectus ebook. You can take a closer look at what there is to offer, and if it sounds good to you, then you can fill out the application form and try and get in. Not everyone will be a fit for it. Some people might not be a fit for it now, but they will be good for it in the future. Some of you will be ready for it right away. But either way, have a look through the course prospectus and you'll learn more about correct score mastery. And just some of the principles of the course is that what we're trying to do when we're trading the correct score market is firstly remove the risk. Okay, so in Correct Score Mastery, you're going to learn how to initially remove the risk. That's the idea behind almost every trade we enter. That's the mindset that you should have, is how can I now remove the risk and basically give myself almost free bets on all of the score lines, and then we're just trying to see if we can land on the score line. So you saw that example just now in the Dutch League inside Correct Score Mastery. As that match is developing, we would be actively looking to eliminate the risk on some of those non-target score lines. So even if we do land on those non-target score lines, then at least we can just break even in those situations. And obviously at the same time, we're building up the green on those target score lines if we can get there. And then similarly to what you saw at the end of the example just now, we're then trying to leverage up those profits to try and make a bigger and bigger profit should we get some of those late bonus goals. Okay, so I mean, you saw what happened with the Alkmaar match. I mean, we went in with 100, ended up making 750, and that's the idea. It's not like you're going in with 100 and you're trying to squeeze out 10 or 20. We're trying to make multiples of the stake. It's not always going to happen, which is why we go back and we say we're trying to remove risk from those matches where it's not going to happen. And then once we've removed the risk, well, it's just a matter of seeing if we're going to hit some of those target score lines and hit them nicely late on. And one thing to keep in mind when you're trading the Correct Score market, and I do want to emphasize this, you don't need to watch the match live. I mean, we did have the live pictures of that match, but I wasn't following it live. And you don't need hours of research, and you don't even really need extensive football knowledge, really. It's more just about covering the score lines, applying the techniques, and as said, trying to see if you can hit one of those target score lines very nicely late on in the match, potentially leverage it up and make multiples of your stake as the eventual profit. And just a quick example, and this one is inside the course. This is how your screen should kind of be looking late on. So we've covered a lot of the likely score lines, including a 0-0. And in this particular example, we'd still make a profit even if it was a 0-0 in the end. We didn't cover 0-2 and 0-3 to Leipzig, very unlikely scoreline. But most score lines were covered, and we had profits on the bigger score lines. And so when this match eventually finished 2-0, I mean, we're in a very nice position either way, no matter what, no matter how much that match was gonna, no matter how that match was gonna end. But anyway, look, I don't want to bore you with it. If you are interested in learning more, download the course prospectus. It's going to have all the information you need. So you're going to really, really learn more about trading the Correct Score market and see if this is something for you. And it's free to download. Click the link in the description, put in your email address, and we will email it right to you. Link is below this video. And if you did like this particular video, there should be another really good video on the screen right now for you to check out, so you can just continue watching. You can binge watch all these videos and learn a lot at the same time. So if you like the look of the video on the screen, click on that video, go grab a nice cold beer, and let's get into it.